Morning, everyone. We're going to read this morning from Hebrews chapter 10 and begin at verse 19. Therefore, brothers and sisters, since we have confidence to enter the most holy place by the blood of Jesus, so by a new and living way he opened for us through the curtain that is his body. And since we have a great high priest over the household of God, let us draw near to God with a sincere heart and with the full assurance that faith brings, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from a guilty conscience, and having our bodies washed with pure water. Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good works, not giving up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. Perhaps you'll remember that the Apostle John records Jesus as saying, "I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved." Today's passage shows how that works for those Jewish Christians, and how it also works for us today. The writer says that just as the high priest passed through the veil and entered the earthly sanctuary, whether it be tabernacle or temple, and he went just once a year carrying the blood of a goat, he reminds us that as the veil of the temple was torn from top to bottom, as if by God himself, the way was opened for Jesus to enter the heavenly sanctuary, as he did on Ascension Day. But not only that, it produced a double blessing for us. First, we today, wherever we are, whenever we wish, we can enter into that heavenly sanctuary because of Jesus' blood. While here on earth, we can enjoy fellowship with God as we bring him our prayers and our praises. Then secondly, our final entrance to that heavenly Holy of Holies is assured to us because Jesus died on the cross once for all and promised us eternal life through faith in him. Our fellowship with God then will be permanent, not limited by anything. As the way was opened for us to enter that heavenly sanctuary by faith, where Jesus has already entered before on his ascension, so we can draw near to God, absolutely sure and certain that the door to heaven is wide open to receive us. That day when Jesus calls us home, or when he returns to gather us into his kingdom. So the writer says, let us, 3 times in this passage. First in verse 22, let us draw near to God with a sincere heart. When we come to the Lord's table, we are lovingly invited to draw near with faith. At other times, we draw near spiritually to God in prayer or worship. We come in close and rejoice in his presence. The access is wide open for us. We can do that, says verse 22, in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled to cleanse us from a guilty conscience. And we sing with gusto, don't we? From a joyful heart, my sins are washed away. My night turned to day. Heaven came down, and glory filled my soul. Let us draw near indeed. And then in verse 23, he says, let us hold fast the confession of our faith without wavering. It's a word straight to those Jewish Christians, but also a word to us. If we find we're backsliding in our faith, ceasing to believe like we used to, leaving our initial strong, excited first love for the Lord Jesus. But this is not the time for anyone to lose faith, and not just because we have this virus to face up to. This is an age in which the temptation is strong. Modern philosophies point us in a different direction. It certainly isn't the time to be following them. Many of us have had the experience of giving an interview to the BBC and then finding the crucial bits cut when the broadcast occurs. We have a God who keeps his word, who honours his promise. He doesn't cut out any of the bits that some people might think impossible. Don't doubt him for one moment. He is to be trusted. Let us hold fast the confession of our faith unswervingly. What a marvelous word, unswervingly. And then verse 24. Let us consider how to spur one another on towards love and good works. You should make sure you keep pressing on yourself, that's true, but make sure everyone else is pushing on with you. And there's plenty of time during this pandemic to do that. Make sure everyone's in church on Sunday or tuning in online. We all need each other. Remember, the day of the Lord is always approaching. It always could be today. And that will be the greatest day of our lives. May the Lord find us encouraging one another and pressing forward ourselves. Let's pray. Oh, for a heart to praise my God, a heart from sin set free, a heart that's sprinkled with the blood so freely shed for me, a humble, lowly, contrite heart, believing, true and clean, which neither death nor life can part from him who dwells within. Make today a forward day. We're on the march for Jesus. God bless you and keep you.